Oh, hello. So I hear you need to make some type of moving platform. Good. Can we actually jump on this platform? Ugh. Okay. So let's go through how to create this platform. We're going to start it from scratch. Here we have our platform. And we have our point A and point B vector set up here. We are going to just create a whole new one. First of all, in Unreal, Control Spacebar is the content browser. You can dock this. I would suggest docking it. That way it's always available to you. However, I've created a folder called Moving Objects. Ignore this. This is a platform that is this Blueprint Actor class right here. We're just going to create a new one. I'm going to click in the empty space. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to Blueprint Class. And I'm going to create an actor. And let's just call this moving platform. Maybe O2. How about that? So we've got our Blueprint Actor class. We're going to double click in this guy. And we are going to see our viewport, our construction script, and our event graph. Right here we have the moving platform, actor class, default scene, nothing's in here. We're going to go to add a cube. As you can see, this default 111 cube has appeared. I'm going to scale this down, maybe 0.08, and then let's expand it, because our other one is 1. We'll just do 1.5. How about that? 1.5 by 1.5. Okay. So we have our shape, we have our cube. We can change our material. I didn't set one up already. I won't really go into that, but you can change the color of it or add a texture to it if you would like. We need an actual moving interpolate to movement. This is if you hover over interp to movement, it'll give you a description of what this is. Move the root component between a series of points over a given time. So we're just going to click on that, hit enter. You can rename that if you'd like. We're going to set this up correctly here. The behavior, we want some behavior to this. We don't want it to teleport, but we do want it to go between two different points. You can do a one-shot, move to destination, stop, but you would probably have to loop this. However, we just want to ping pong between 2 points, which are called control points. And we need 2 of those. So we're going to add 2 control points. However, we need to add some variables now. So I'm going to click down here on the plus button, and I'm going to create point A, and I'm going to change this to a vector. And if you hover over, this is a 3D vector. This provides X, Y, and Z values. There we go. I want to instance editable, and I want to show the 3D widget inside the viewport. So we have this set up correctly. I'm just going to duplicate, and instead of that name, I'm going to call it point B. So we have a point A and point B. Now we need a duration variable, and we're going to change this to a float, and we're going to instance, and that should be it. Instance editable, and we are good with that. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that warning compile there. I'm going to go to my construction script. We have nothing in here. So now we need to make this work. So I need to get my interp to movement. I'm going to drop that right there. Now I want to set our control points. Let's see. Yes. Nope. How about we grab this? Set control points. There we go. Set control points right there. All right. We're going to drag this into our set location. We need to make sure we set our control points. So this function right here is a, we need to make an array. So now we have an array. However, we need our control points to be established. There's nothing here. We got to get these guys to function with our cube. So I'm going to make interpolate control point there. So we have a x, y, and z value. I'm going to grab my point A. I'm going to get that. It's going to get the location, drop it in here, drop it into the array, go to my control points. We have everything set up for that vector. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to Control C and I'm going to Control V right there. Move that into my second little array there. Now don't forget we need our second point. So we need point B. We don't need point A. So now point A and B is established here in this array, and it's going into our control points. We definitely need our duration. We got to get a duration, and that is an instance. We'll be able to type in our values there, and now we just want to set our duration right there, and then we are going to drop our variable into the duration section and our movement over here to target. I'm just going to double click. I'm going to make some little pins to keep it a little more organized, nice and clean. And now I'm going to compile. I'm going to save. We have moving platform number 2. So we have our example one right there. Control spacebar pulls up my moving platform right there. So now I have a larger platform that we just made. And let's see. Let's just move it, I don't know, like right here. How about that? We'll line it right up with this. And then we will click on our little control vector that is point B, and I'm just going to drag this up. Now we need to set our duration. If we go in and play the game, we have a 0 right here for duration in our details panel. If I hit play, it's trying to be in 2 places at the same time. I don't know what happens, but oh, nice. So we just destroyed our whole entire setup, or destroyed ourselves in that case. So we can't have that function like that. So let's just set 5 units there. And now I think we're going to have a hard time catching that platform because it's moving around the same speed, but as you can see, it's moving between point A and point B. We might be able to increase the duration, maybe double it. Not sure what this value is. That's a 5, it's a 10, and now it's going to be slower. So we could play with the values, or we could play with the positioning. I could possibly position this differently. Maybe bring my value back down here. Let's see, location. Let's just copy that. Oops, that's at 70. Okay, let's just bring this up, and then I'm going to bring this down. Point B. Oh, it's not. I have to do the math for that. Let's see here. If we look at our point B here, this is negative 570. Point B here. Uh-oh. We've got some math errors because of where this is positioned. So we could try and go into our different perspective here. Click on this platform. Oops. Maybe go to front. So point B is like right around there. And then point B will just, it's about the same. I think we'd have to play with the snapping a little bit. Alright, so if we hit play again, as you can see, it's slowly moving down. So we'd have to play with the speed again, maybe 5.0. Hit play. Now they're kind of moving a little bit together there. And if we were to get on that platform, we can just wait a while for another cycle and then either walk or jump to it. So there we go. So this whole setup can be done with multiple assets. You could do this for lights and some other objects if you care to do that. Congratulations!